Hey, we got some gravel here with us last weekend. We got DK. We got Neil's Single Speed Fury.
Stupid.
Right. We got riding with Jeffy, and a lot of love. See ya. Hello, welcome to This is Gravel. I am Bobby Thompson. Sitting next to me today, as always, is Neil Taylor. Neil, we just had the big Dirty Kanza blowout. Is that correct? Neil.
Sorry, yeah. Dirty Kansas this weekend, wasn't it?
It was.
Awesome.
When we say weekend, we're talking Wednesday till, what's today? Oh, today's Tuesday.
Goodness.
So Wednesday to Tuesday. So yes, it's been a while. It's been a few days. I do get lost in the days in there too.
I really did.
It's apparently sometime we did a ride or whatever. Great weekend, great time with family.
Oh, so much going on.
So much going on, and luckily, the two of us had the easy job of going out and riding bikes on Saturday.
An easy job.
Right, easy job. Producer Matt had the difficult task of going out and sitting in I want to say it was air conditioned, but I know that it was not an air conditioned media van, but I'm still going to say for the purpose of this right here that it was an air conditioned van with massage chairs. And
when he did step outside, I actually saw people spray misting.
See, exactly. Okay. So he was out there doing his thing, and we have a lot of him doing his media stuff, right?
Yeah.
Right. So let's get into it right now. Go.
Hey, you're right, guys. We were out doing our little media thing that we do. 7 of us on the crew this year covering the event throughout Friday and Saturday. Speaking of Friday, we'll get started there with the DK XL Rollout. This was the first year of the Dirty Kanza XL, and it rolled out at 4 p.m. from the DK Expo behind Gravel City Adventure and Supply Company. The riders for the first 50 miles were up to the heat and headwind as they headed down towards Madison, Kansas. We caught some footage of them on their way there. Let's hear from the overall winner of the Dirty Kanza XL, Matt Acker.
Hell, I'm just happy to be done. So it feels good to roll in and be here with everybody and be out of that storm from last night and just maybe go sit down and have a drink of water. So
What was the toughest part of it?
I think there was a lot of mud, like a lot of the minimum maintenance. We probably had 20 or 30 miles of like clumping mud. So it's just like a constant, you get off the bike, it's stuck to you, it's stuck to the bike, but you just kind of take your time. You can't rush it because you're out there on your own. So,
Did you see any other riders very much at all out there?
Well, there was kind of a group of us, and then at mile 23, I cut my rear tire, and so I spent a half hour repairing it, and then ended up just kind of slowly riding up to everybody, and then in the middle of the night, like around mile 120 was the last time I saw anybody, and I just rode by myself. So.
Great information from Matt there. I think it's crazy to overcome a cut-up tire at mile 23 and go on and win the 350-mile race. Now let's hear from the overall female finisher, Rebecca Rush.
Rebecca, first off, huge congratulations goes out to you. What was that like coming across the finish line tonight?
Oh, I mean, this is, no matter what distance you do, coming into this finish line, it's the best finish line in the world. It's so festive, but after like 350 miles, yeah, I was really happy to turn into here.
Rolling out yesterday, there was a lot of people there for the rollout. What was that energy like carrying into that heat?
Well, as soon as we left, then it's like, oh, we're all alone. And I literally was alone for 350 miles. You know, it really split up fast. And everyone just kind of, the distance is so big, you just have to respect the distance. You can't really race each other, per se.
Did you have any tricks or secrets that helped you carry through this?
I just really tried to be super conscious of my nutrition and hydration, just because the heat was, I come from the mountains, and so I was pretty worried about the heat, but the nighttime was really good for me. I love riding at night, so I think I really got a rhythm there. And
anything else you'd like to add about this event today?
You know, that's the longest gravel ride I've done. And it's cool because it's like the core of where gravel racing started, like with Trans Iowa, and so I love to see, you know, the growth of DK and then kind of staying true to the roots and having an ultra long distance, really something for everyone.
Congratulations again.
Thanks a lot.
Congratulations on your finish there, Rebecca. Absolutely fantastic. Now getting over to the Dirty Kanza 200. The 200 started 30 minutes late on Saturday morning due to some rain showers that moved through the area and added some dampness out on the course. Let's hear from overall DK 200 and King of Kanza, Ted King.
Oh man, it is redemptive. It feels awesome. Won in 2016. Had quite a bit of bad luck last year, so I came back motivated for sure. Totally changed race. There's so much horsepower here. There's so many, you know, hitters on the front line. I mean, there's literally 25 people who could win the race today or more. So yeah, it was awesome. I'm really proud of this.
Set a course record to go along with it.
Yeah.
Nice extra to this.
Bonus. Yeah, no complaints there. That's awesome. I mean, I had an awesome team out of the race. I was the only one. I mean, I was racing by myself out on course, but you know, I had great support before, during, and after, and so that was really, I mean, glad I could deliver for them.
You signed the banner, Dirtiest Kanza yet. Explain that.
Yeah. I woke up around the tender hour of 4 a.m. today, and I was looking at the forecast, and I was excited to see, you know, the temperature wasn't going to be super high, and looked perfectly dry. And then, of course, you know, dumped rain pretty good from 5 to 6:30 or so. So it wasn't the nasty year like 2015, but it was filthy. The first hour or two was just mud everywhere. So I mean, I'm actually cleaned up pretty well, but yeah, that was a messy course.
What was it like you going down? We know we had the delay when you turned at Eureka and kind of came into that headwind.
Oh my Lord. It was reminiscent of 2016, but considerably harder wind. So the beginning of the race, as a result of having so many people at the start line who were you know, capable of winning, nobody wanted to put in a vicious move. So the past 2 years when I've done it, you know, you're an hour into the race and you're down to 50 people, you're 2 hours in, you got 25. And this year, you know, we're 2-3 hours in, we're still 150 guys and gals. So, I don't remember where your question was going. What was the question?
The headwind, kind of second too late.
Right. So by the time we got halfway into the course, you know, we did have it whittled down to about 5. Well, it was probably 8 or 10 going into the feed, but we had, my team was awesome. So we real quick turnaround in the pit, and we were 5, and then really quickly 3, and then 2, and then 1.
Congratulations on your win, Ted, for the second time being the King of Kansas. Now let's hear from the female winner, Katie Keogh.
Yeah, okay.
Katie, how does it feel to be the Queen of Kanza for 2018?
Oh, it feels amazing. This is such a special place. This is my first time here, my first gravel race, my first time ever riding that long and far, and it's really special.
What was the most challenging part of the day for you?
I struggled the first 100 miles with nutrition. I couldn't keep anything down, and then after like 103 miles, then it was just like a slugfest, and just mentally I had to like keep checking in and stay in it, but yeah, the whole thing was hard.
Does the Dirty Kanza live up to its name?
Yes, like times 50.
Anything else you'd like to add about today?
Well, I just like to thank the 2 promoters that put this on and all the volunteers in the city of Emporia, and like there's like I've been saying, there's unlike anything this is unlike anything I've ever done and ever even heard of, and it's just a super unique and special event.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yep.
Awesome job out there all day, Katie. Congrats on your first time being Queen of Kanza. Also for the first time on Saturday was the Dirty Kanza High School race. Let's hear from Leland Danes and Vanessa Hoswald about this first time event.
Leland, first ever DK high school race. What's it like as a promoter?
Absolutely amazing. You know, I was kind of sweating it, and attendance was a little lower than we thought, but the stoke levels were not hindered because of it.
If you have downloaded it onto your Feel Thirsty, make sure you're drinking. Just be on your leave. So, from Westmoreland, Caleb.
I was so excited to get the call from Leland when he said, you know, we'd love for you to come out and help us out with the high school scene here. We've been talking for years with them about helping to grow this high school cycling, the gravel scene, which is new for us. So I was thrilled and just so honored too. There's a lot of people that can run a race, and so happy to get to be part of the inaugural event this year.
Yeah. You know, you've obviously been to tons of high school races. What made this one special or a little bit different maybe for you?
Well, it's different because, well, first of all, we woke up and it was raining and there was lightning everywhere. There's a crazy Kansas weather that we don't see in California, so that was an exciting twist. And then the great thing is just seeing all the aunties and uncles and parents and grandparents out there. And yeah, we were a small but mighty crew, but there were tons of spectators, and you know, the level of nervousness amongst the kids is palpable because for many of them it's their first race event, but it's fun too. So seeing them high-fiving each other and looking a little nervous and stuff is it's kind of sweet. And then they came back in, everyone was all smiles and really proud of themselves.
So cool to see the high schoolers out there on their bikes taking part in Dirty Kanza. Let's hear from overall female finisher Una Nelson.
My name's Una Nelson and I'm from Bishop Seabury.
What was it like being out there and being on the top of the podium of the first ever high school race in DK?
I'd say it was pretty exciting because I didn't know how well I would do. So yeah, it was just a good opportunity, and I was pretty excited to have done that well.
What was maybe kind of your favorite thing about it, or a key takeaway you remember from being out there on the course?
Well, we kind of, some of us kind of shared the draft, so it's kind of like a teamwork thing more than just you. So like I'm there with the fourth place guy Harrison. He's one of my friends from school, and my brother Henry. We weren't with them, but we just kind of worked together. So that was pretty cool.
What would maybe you tell to some friends? Do you think this is going to help get some of your friends into cycling, maybe at the high school?
Yeah, I've tried talking to my friends a lot, and they seem kind of interested. So I hope that other people will start cycling more, because it's a great sport and a great opportunity to just do well.
Congratulations on your finish, Una. Now let's hear from the overall guys finisher in the high school race, Will and Henry.
I'm Henry Nelson. I go to Bishop Seabury in Lawrence.
I'm Will Schultz. I go to Lawrence Free State in Lawrence.
What does it feel like, let's just start off from the bat, to win the first ever DK high school race?
It's like an awesome opportunity. It's super great to see how the sport's progressing in Kansas, and yeah, I feel pretty honored about it. So.
Yeah, I mean, basically what Will said, I'm really happy that I had an opportunity to come on here and come and ride and race with Will. All those other guys are pretty fast, so it's a fun opportunity. But
you're taking hardware back to Lawrence. You know, do you think maybe this is going to help motivate some other friends maybe to get on the team?
Yeah. So we have a Free State club, a cycling club in Lawrence. So you know, hopefully the success will get some kids motivated to come out. So,
what would you say to maybe somebody that wasn't out here today that you know's into cycling but didn't make the trip down?
I would say you definitely missed out because it's a beautiful place to ride bikes. I like riding bikes. If they do, then it's a missed opportunity because this race is really something special. And Harrison, who he recently started riding, I convinced him to come out, and I think he had a great time. So I don't know. I think he'll probably keep doing it in the future, but we'll see. So,
anything else you guys like to add about the day?
Just had a great time and looking forward to next year. So,
congratulations to everybody that competed in the high school race this year. It's so great to see more kids out on bikes and see that effort happening here on gravel. Thank you to everybody that talked to us this weekend out there on the course. Talked to us downtown at the finish line. It's so great seeing everybody come to our hometown here in Emporia, Kansas. Back to you, Bobby and Neil.
Holy moly, that was a lot of stuff. Matt said that he had 7 people out working this weekend.
Big crew this week.
So for those who think it's easy to get out there, I mean, that's not even counting all the other photographers and media that was out there. So definitely quite a bit of people watching, helping support, and showing others what's going on. So Matt, thank you for you and everyone else being out there on a hot, windy day. So Neil, a little bit about your personal day. You single speed, right?
Yeah. So the first
people want to know. Look at them. They're saying what happened to you guys. So tell me.
First 100 was fine. Everything was good going down to Eureka. You know, I
5.5 hours.
Not quite 5.5 hours. It took me a little under 8.
Okay.
You know, but I was pacing myself. I knew I wasn't going to finish before the sun.
Okay. You were out there having a day,
and so just enjoying myself. Got down to Madison probably in about 3 and change, and then. Like I say, under 8 to Eureka. That second leg always just
second
kills
leg
me.
seems like the steepest climbs.
Well, the
right?
steepest climbs, the biggest
Maybe,
rocks.
Who knows about elevation, but it has the biggest climbs on it.
You know, the big rocks that just jar you and beat you. You know, coming down that backside of Texaco Hill was just brutal.
Yeah.
I mean, it was beat up pretty bad, and I mean there were multiple people on the side of the road wrecked at different areas, and so took some descents a little bit slower than normal. Took it a little easy. And then we turned north.
Turn north about 5 miles outside, or 10 miles outside of Eureka, going east. You take a turn to the north, correct?
Yeah, okay. and at that point I hated myself. I hated single speed bikes. I hated bikes in general.
Yeah, yeah.
And it was a really rough. It was a dark third and fourth leg for me, just mentally. It was a lot to fight through. Not the finishing time I wanted, but. I think probably most of us would say that. I think a lot of us had probably higher goals going in, but you don't expect 30-mile-an-hour headwinds. You don't expect, to start off with mud. It was hard for me getting out there at 6 o'clock. I got out there, honestly, kind of late. I didn't realize that there was a 30-minute delay going on, actually. And so I'm sitting out there in the middle of the road with like 3 other people, 5 minutes to start, figuring like everybody's about to run out and jump on their bikes.
Right. You guys were in the start line. I mean, you guys were towing the front. So.
I was up there. I was
you were going to be the lead out. That's right.
And so I was mentally prepared to ride at 6, and then have to have that little delay just mentally kind of threw me off a little bit. But it was good to get out there. But really, this Kanza threw everything at us.
Yeah.
I mean, we had heat, we had humidity, we had mud, we had wind. It's that number 13, I think. Just saying.
That's true. Unlucky 13 is right.
Yeah.
That's right.
So, Bobby, what about your race, man? Let's hear about it.
Yeah. No. It was a pretty good. I'm going to say it was a pretty good day because I still came in at 10:30, and when you come in. Remarkably, unbelievably, 10:30 is my second fastest finishing time this is my 6th finish. So I can't sit here and complain and say I had a horrible day when I came in at 10:30. 10:30 was not my goal. I didn't have too many goals this year. I thought that I could replicate close to the finishing time that I had last year, which was 7:45, 7:50. I knew once we got out there with that headwind, I thought maybe an hour later. So, I was shooting for 9, and then they moved the race to sun back to 9:15. So, we thought we had a chance. We got halfway at about 6.5 hours. And unfortunately, I think I was pretty well mentally toast at about mile 80 is when things kind of turned south. So, but still got in at 10:30 because we knew that we were not going to beat the sun. My friend Jeff and I, instead of grabbing wheels and going as fast as we can go on the back half, we decided that we were just going to stick together. So we got to, watch each other go into the hole. I'd feel great. I'd go over a couple of hills. I'd look back. No Jeff. So, you soft pedal for a while. You let Jeff come back up. But because, in a few miles down the road, you never know when, he's going to crest a hill before you. And I had to walk up a hill and get to the top, and there's Jeff waiting on me. So that was our goal. We always talk about riding together. We always talk about finishing a race together, but we're always a little bit competitive. So we always grab wheels when we can and see what happens. But this time we stayed together. And I think he would admit that it was a lot of fun in the back half. So we took, equal turns pulling, riding beside each other. My headlight wasn't charged, so right.
I had that problem too.
I'm not going to say I never expected to use it because I'm more humble than that. I respect the DK more than that, but I will say that I did not check the charge on the light before we started the DK. So
guilty.
Right. Yeah. So I rode with Jeff all the way home. So
I
got
you
see
guys
great
are
friends.
You guys say you are a little competitive. I feel like I saw a couple signs out there on the course that spoke to that competitiveness.
So before I knew what kind of rotten day we were going to have, I thought it'd be really funny to put on this course a couple of Beat Jeffy signs, #Beat Jeffy. And for me, they were still funny. I don't know if towards the end, if Jeff was still laughing as much of those signs since we, it had been such a rough day. But to me, they were still funny. So if you saw a Beat Jeffy sign on the road, realize it was between, a joke locally between me and my friend, and it was just a joke. More or less. Still want to beat Jeffy at the next race. So,
absolutely.
Yeah, right. So it was a good day. We got to see a lot of friends. We wrapped it up Sunday night with a little get-together. Got a really cool Walmart t-shirt from a buddy of mine. So he's got the same one. So we're going to be twinsies between here and California. So Dave Sheik, thank you, buddy. Everything else I think we'll talk about in coming episodes. Experiences that we learned from here will apply to other races. So you'll learn about those experiences when we talk about other tips and everything. So one thing is make sure you have enough food and electrolytes prepared for 200 miles, which I did not. So, but you lesson learned. So anything else from the weekend?
Just had a blast. I mean, really, the whole thing about it, if people do get a chance 2019, get down here as soon as you can. You mentioned things started Wednesday. Come on down,
dude.
Tuesday.
People were coming in Thursday.
I'm gonna say Tuesday.
I will say this. Let me say this.
Awesome.
Right. Let me say this, and I'm sure producer Matt and you'll say the same thing. In past years leading up to the DK, we got the occasional shout out from people whose faces we didn't quite maybe recognize here and there. This year, though, was the most times I've heard my name yelled out during the course of an event in a positive light. Thank you, Bobby, thanks, casual, that kind of thing. And it's not an ego thing. It's a family thing. It's a familiarity thing. It's being out on the course and knowing that you're surrounded by friends and gravel family. And that's what I always preach the most about riding bikes is you want to be out there at these events knowing that you're surrounded by friends and family. So for all of you who gave us a shout out, any of us, for all of you who said hi, you may not know me, but thank you so much. Absolutely. Thanks for watching this little show we put together every week, and write in and talk to us more often so that next time we'll know the faces more. So I had a blast. Thanks for all the zebra cakes. I got the over-under was 5 boxes. I got 6 boxes of zebra cakes. I cannot eat all those, so I'll be sharing those on group rides here for the next couple of weeks. So I think we're going to end around on this, guys. So make sure that send us any pictures that you got from DK. I know you're going to have a lot of them, but send them in. We want to see them. Hashtag this is gravel. Send them to Gravel Guru. Send them to Minister of Gravel. Send them to Casual Cyclist. Tag us on Facebook, social media, up the wazoo, everything. You know what to do. Looking forward to hearing from you. So love you all very much. Rest up, and we'll see you again soon. Bye.